A recent study shows 93% of women experience some stress when it comes to managing money, but it doesn't have to be that way. Local financial professional Tony Drake from Drake & Associates joins us to discuss women's biggest concerns and 3 money moves they can make to boost their financial confidence. Tony, good morning.
Good morning.
So, do women face more stress than men?
Historically, yes. I mean, men tend to take more control of their finances, although we're seeing more and more of our married clients where the wife is actually handling the finances. But studies show that women tend to be less financially literate than men. But women also face a lot of unique challenges that us men don't. Many of them face what we call the motherhood penalty, which means they're forced to stop working sooner or take part-time work because they care for both their children and aging parents. There's also a gender pay gap, which continues to affect women's finances. Their average full-time salary is still, even today, only 83% of men. So we're still seeing that big difference there in pay. And to add on to this, women live about 6 years longer than men. So the longer they live, the more they're going to need to support themselves during retirement. All of these issues make it really challenging for women to not only earn a living wage, but to save money.
That sure seems like it adds up, Tony.
It does. It really does. And these factors really compound over time.
Mm-hmm. Well, what can women do? What money moves can they make to boost financial confidence?
Well, a couple key financial stressors, right? Recent studies show that paying monthly bills, emergency expenses, debt are the biggest stressors, and these consistently impact women regardless of education, household income levels, and a lot of these challenges lead to stresses later in retirement. Only about 40% of women feel financially secure, and just 44% think they'll be able to retire fully. And because Social Security benefits are based on your 35 highest earning years, that gender pay gap hits them a second time when it comes to collecting Social Security benefits. So best way to limit financial stress is to take action with your money. And there's a couple things that women can think about.
So as it should be, it's not about women can't do it. It's just that they're historically starting in a lower spot.
Yeah, they're starting at a lower spot, Mike, and I think the first thing we want to do is create a budget, right? Bank accounts don't lie. All of us, men or women, when we go through the process of looking at the budget, what we're actually spending, there's almost always something that we're spending more on than we thought about. So list all of that. List your debts, mortgage, car loans, student loans, credit cards. Track your balances, interest rates, payment due dates. Add those all up, then compare it to your income. And if you're spending more than you make, it's time to look for a spot to cut back a little bit. Mm-hmm. Second thing, we want to save for emergencies. Last year, about 40% of women stressed about paying for emergency expenses. So you can start small. We really like to see people have 6 to 12 months of expenses, saved up for those emergencies, but start wherever you can, $10, $20 a month. Women live longer. Depending on when a woman retires, she may need to have 30 years worth of income saved up to meet her retirement needs. And studies are showing that women contribute to their retirement less because of financial stress that they feel. So we really want to see about 10 to 15% of the income going into those retirement plans.
I mean, the answer to almost everything we talk about seems to be budget and save.
Yeah, that really is it. It's not always fun items, but It really helps you get to the finish line.
All right, Tony, thank you so much for joining us.